Hey everyone, it's the Modern Day Nana. We're back to do another Halloween craft DIY. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this. I actually wanted to do it in my Christmas in July, but didn't get around to it. So we have got a box of borax. It is, you just get it in the laundry section, and I found this big pot, this big container. Actually, I got it a couple of summers ago, I feel like, at Walmart, thinking I would put like ice and cold drinks in it, but you know, you could do whatever with it. So I thought, why don't I stick this on the stove? I've got a gas stove, and see if it would be a good thing to put the borax in, and we can stick the things that we want to try to crystallize. So that's what we're going to do today. So we've got the borax. The one tutorial I read, the guy said to just add enough to where like no more would dissolve. So let's go ahead and get up to our pot now. I've let this water boil and turned it off. Okay, and I'm just going to start dissolving. Now, this technically is a poisonous substance, so I'm not wearing gloves. I use borax sometimes when I throw a little in my water when I'm doing laundry instead of bleach. But you wear protective gloves if you have them, if you want to. I'm just gonna go ahead and start pouring in. This might possibly take the whole box. I probably got about, it's up to this line full of water. So there's probably about, all told, maybe 1.5 gallons water in here. And this is lumpy. I'm just going to start dumping this in, and then we'll stir it up and we'll let it dissolve. Now, the one tutorial I read on Pinterest said that the things shouldn't float, because if they float, the crystals won't distribute evenly. He also said cover it back up when you're done so that the heat escapes gradually, and that way the crystals will form better. And what was the other thing? Oh, come on. All right, let me give this a stir. Okay, so one was we wanted to cover it up. So I'm not using this, you know, for any food use after this. I think you'd want to get something that you're not going to use to cook in. I did have a couple of old canning, you know, old canners, those old metal canners. I thought about getting out, but I thought, I saw this and I thought, I don't think, those might not be big enough. I wanted to do a couple of like medium-sized skeletons. I'm just going to go ahead and put this whole box in. As far as I know, you can only buy the one size of box. And we're just gonna, it's an experiment. This is 4 pounds. Okay. So, and I've got some dirt in here. I don't know, this was downstairs in the basement, who knows. I rinsed it out a little bit when I boiled the water. It really brought everything loose. And I won't use this plastic spoon, it's just a cheapo I had. I won't use it for anything else either. I'll just stick it with my craft stuff. Okay, well, I don't know if any more would dissolve or not, but that's all we've got. So let's say, so that's a lot. I have actually seen recipes where it called for much less. So, but now the key was, they said, you want your stuff to be able to sink to the bottom. So I've got this little guy. I think I got these. I might have gotten these at Dollar Tree last year. We might have to weigh these guys down if they don't sink. Oh, yeah, he's not sinking, but we can maybe weigh him down. Let's see. Okay, so we've got these guys. I don't know. Do I want to do 2 of them? Let's see. And then I've got, I think these were also Dollar Tree. Just a couple of those hands. I went ahead and put a couple of holes in the palms, thinking maybe I could push them down and fill them with water. And then I've got this big skull. He might have been, oh, he might have been Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree or Dollar General. And it is pretty heavy. So let's see, it might go down. Nope, but we can sit something in the top of that. I've got this little plastic skull that I actually just put some paint on last year. Looks like some chalk paint, but I poked a hole in the bottom of it. Let's throw that in there. And then I also, this is just a garland that I got, I believe, at Dollar General. It's a mess. I think it's like 3 together. So let me see. Let's try to get these untangled here. There were 3 sets of those little skeleton garlands, so we'll see. I wonder if I could just like stick something down on these, but I suppose where you stuck it at would not. That where you had something sitting wouldn't allow the crystals to form on it. I'm just trying to push these down, get some water in them. We'll see if it works. I've not done this ever before, so it's an experiment for me, but if we can get some water in these things, they might sink enough to be, you know, emerge down in the solution. And you know, it might crystallize inside of here and just make it heavy too. So let me turn this over. I don't know. I'm mixing up quite a potion here, huh? Or I wonder if I could do the front and then you could reuse this solution and then do the back. Also, what I was gonna try, which I really should have done first, I don't know if you guys saw this, I believe this was last year's. It was the LED crystal ball. I got it at Dollar Tree. Here's the top off of it. And I was just thinking, it's plastic. It's pretty tough plastic. I don't, well, we could take a chance. I don't know if it would melt or not. You know, if this is gonna be too hot, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in here too. And this will definitely, because it can be filled with water. It only goes up to like where the water line's at, but we'll just sit that in there and see what it does. And I'm just wondering too if we could like turn these at some point. I think maybe I'll just try that. I'll just do, I'll do the fronts. I'll do the fronts of everything. And then we can try to do the backs. All right, doesn't look like we're going to get the little skeletons in here, but we've got our hands and our skulls and the one kind of medium-sized skeleton and the crystal ball. Now, I don't have a lid for this, obviously. Pardon my scroungy baking sheets. But I'm just gonna sit I'm just gonna sit these on top because it said don't let the water cool off too quickly and don't move it once it starts going. And the one guy said that he let his set like 16 hours. So, you know, if you're gonna be using your stove, move it before you start the process, okay? So let's just see how that goes. We got the water to a boil. We put it in the pot we wanted it in, that we're not gonna be using for food. I'm using a spoon that I'm not gonna be using for food. We mixed in our borax. I used about 1.5 gallons to the 4 pounds of borax you get in the thing, and threw my stuff in there. And he had said it shouldn't float, but we'll see how it works because I can't really figure out how to not have those float. So, okay guys, I will get back to you and we'll look together and see how it turns out, okay? Okay guys, let's see. It has been a good 18 hours since I did these. And I just left them on top of the stove to cool. I'm gonna lay out some paper towel because I want to be able to throw it away when I'm done, but I don't want, I want to have something to kind of drain on. So, all right. Now remember, we didn't really have the capability to make these really sink well, although this one, let me see, make sure I get in frame. This guy looks pretty cool. So yeah, his hand's got a big glob on it, but that's okay with me too. His face, not that much, but his legs and his arms, so I'm gonna be happy with that, and I'm just gonna let him dry. And I don't think there's anything you do, you know, as far as afterward, except just let them dry. I'm not sure how easily they'll flake off, but yeah, I would count that a success. He doesn't really have any on his, well, he does on the bottom of his face, like his cheeks and his chin. Okay, then remember we did those 2 hands. Now they were just floating on the surface, so yeah, it's definitely true what the guy said about make sure you submerge them. So those didn't really, so we could try those again. I had that big skull that was super cool. Oh yeah, that looks, I mean, it's not like covered or anything, but it's definitely got some, and it's really got some in the like the nose cavity and the eye socket, so that's cool. And then it goes around, it kind of stops about 1.5 inches. So I might, yeah, I'll probably just leave that, maybe try to do something different with it next year. So we got that. Then here's this skull that I poked a hole in. It was just one of those little skulls from Dollar Tree, and I painted it white, I guess. I mean, it's definitely got some. I'm gonna have to pour this water out and let it drip dry. Let me stick it in the sink for now and just let it drain in there. Okay, and then, oh, remember the that plastic, oh, it did something. Oh my gosh, you guys. This was that plastic globe that went on that crystal ball from Dollar Tree. I think it was in the $5 thing. Anyway, well, it misshaped the actual thing, but this was not in the water, so it was fine because that water was like right next to boiling. But it's got crystallized on the outside, but then you guys, the whole inside where it was submerged in the water is full of crystals. Very, very cool. All right, well, okay, so that was our experiment. Now I'm just wondering, apparently on the bottom of this great big pot now, it looks like it's all kind of crystallized. Let me see if I can pour this in the sink, and then I'll give you guys a look at the pan. Okay guys, I don't know if you can you see the bottom of the thing? So that ended up just crystallizing on the side of the container. So I'm wondering if we could use this. Let's just break it off and let it dry out a little bit and see what we've got, okay? And we might be able to use this as like glitter or something if it keeps its like crystal type structure when it's dry, which it probably will. So that would be cool. Because I don't know, I just kind of felt like, oh man, I feel like I'm wasting this, but I guess once the reaction's done, it's done. I don't know if it would melt again if you put it in hot water and trying to get a spot loose. If we can get a spot loose, I think we can just get it up out of there. So I guess the moral of the story is, here guys, don't use a pan that you want to use, later on. I feel like if we could get this started, then it would all just peel off. Let me see. Let me try a knife. Get up under there with a knife. Definitely could be wrong. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, cool. Okay. All right, I'll let you see what this looks like once it dries, okay? Okay, so I got everything pretty dried, I feel like. I'm going to give you a close-up. Now, this was that skull. I'm going to get pretty close. I wouldn't suggest you paint probably these plastic things if you're going to do this beforehand, but yeah, I'll probably go back in and put a little black in there in the orbits of the eyes, maybe the nostrils, but yeah, I'm happy with him. He's just got a little, but it's still cool. And we can do something with him too, like either put a hat on him or who knows, put him in something. I want to save that for last. Okay, so then here's this guy. He was, I want to say maybe Dollar General or Dollar Tree last year, but these are just all the leftovers that I broke out of that pan. And I think, we could sprinkle those around. I'm just going to let them dry in here, but I think we could sprinkle them around on projects and things, and they would be a neat addition. This didn't get tons, but I thought the orbits of the eyes and like around the nose looked cool. So yeah, So, and like I said, none of this was submerged. Like the guy said, if you want it to really get crystally, make sure it's submerged. So here was the little skeleton guy from Dollar Tree. His head probably just bobbled around so it didn't get any, but his rib cage, that's pretty cool. Spine, little on the hips, the arms and the legs and the feet definitely got some. So he turned out pretty cool. And then this, look at this, you guys. Now the hands didn't really get much. They were just kind of bobbling on the top of the water. But you know, when I put this is that crystal ball from the Dollar Tree for $5. I put some water on the inside to hold it down of that borax water, and that's what crystallized. It's not really on the outside, it's on the inside. So yeah. All right, I think I'll just play a little Halloween tune of some sort and let you guys enjoy. I'm going to turn off this light.